Hey guys, welcome to Life in Calgary, Alberta. I'm your host, Patrick Murray, and today we're going to talk about moving to Calgary in 2023. And I've got 4 important points that I have to share with you guys. These are absolute musts that you must know before you move here. These are so important, and I'm going to discuss them with you here. But before we do that, if this is your first time in this channel and you want to know what it's like to eat, sleep, breathe, live, and play in Calgary, Alberta, then guys, just hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so you get notified every single time I release a new video. Now guys, I gotta tell you, I've been living here since 2001 in the great city of Calgary, and I've been a realtor here since 2010. So needless to say, I've got some specialized knowledge about the city of Calgary and the surrounding bedroom communities such as Chestermere, Airdrie, Cochrane, and Okotoks. So if you are considering a move to the area and you want some assistance to purchase a home, feel free to reach out to me. My information is below. Send me a text, an email, phone call. I will absolutely get back to you. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's get into moving to Calgary, Alberta in 2023 right after this. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's talk about the 4 absolute points that you must consider when moving to Calgary, Alberta in 2023. Now, before I do that, first and foremost, and not a part of my points here, is you should be doing some research online. And if you're watching this video, I can probably safely say that you are already doing that research. So if you're watching this channel, for example, you're going to see some great neighborhood tours. You're going to learn the pros and cons about what's happening in the city. You're going to understand real estate, what's happening in the real estate market with the various types of housing we have and the trends for prices, etc. And you're just going to overall glean some great ideas about the community, great places to go and explore with you and your family. But there are some further points to consider, and I'm going to discuss these 4 points coming up right now. So point number 1, if you're moving to our great city, you need to have employment. You need to have a job because you need to pay for this property where you're going to live and to support yourself and your family, of course. So if you're moving here on a transfer, so your job is transferring over, you're just simply moving to our city, but you've got employment, then you don't really have to worry about that. But if you are moving here and you don't have a job and you're making, say, a fresh start, then there are some things to consider. Now, I've got a few things written down here. I'm going to talk to you about some of the major industries that you can explore online to assist you in finding a job that might be right in your field of expertise. So, Calgary offers opportunities in aerospace, agribusiness, and of course we have some creative industries here. There's digital media and entertainment. There's the energy and environment sector. Financial services, there's life sciences, there's technology, and there's transportation and logistics. So guys, do your research, get some applications out, get that job lined up so that you're ready to hit the road running as soon as you move to our city. All right, guys, the next one is finding a home. All right, so if you watch this channel, you already see some great neighborhood tours. You see some awesome areas of the city to explore, places where you think you might want to live, and that's great. But it goes a little bit deeper than that because you need to consider you, your family, your lifestyle, where you're going to be working, what type of property you're going to require for you and your family. So all these things come into play. So if you are making a home purchase, here, the first thing I recommend you do is to reach out to a real estate professional early before you move to get the ball rolling. This person can advise you on the areas of the city that might work for you and your family. They can tell you about what's going on in these areas. They can set up a tailored search, sending you listings that work for you and your family and are applicable for your situation. And at the same time, if you see homes of interest, well, good news, because of technology, we can do virtual tours and send you these videos, such as the video here, showing you the property itself and the recommendations, the pros and the cons of the property, etc., so that you can make your move here and have a home ready to go. Now, this isn't the case for everybody. Not everybody can make a home purchase right away when they come here. So you might need to rent. Now, if you're renting, you need to consider whether that's going to be a short-term rental or a long-term rental, and that might depend on your situation. So if you're going to be purchasing shortly after you move here, then maybe you want a short-term rental. But if you're going to be living here for the long term and you're not ready to buy a house for a year or so, then you're probably going to be looking at a long-term rental. So I recommend you check out not realtor.ca, rentfaster.ca. This is the rentals site in Calgary that is the most popular for finding rentals. You can select certain areas of the city, you can select criteria that you're looking for, and rentals will pop up so that you can find a place that's right for you and your family. Now, generally in this site, you'll find some longer term rentals, maybe 6 months, but more likely a year, that sort of thing. And occasionally you'll find shorter rentals like 4 months and that sort of thing. But if you are requiring a shorter rental like that, 4 months, 2 months, that sort of thing, then I recommend you look at Airbnb or VRBO to find that short-term rental for you and your family. So number 3 on my list that you need to consider before you move here is schools. Now, this isn't applicable to everyone, of course. I'm talking about families with children, okay? So you need to consider, first off, your lifestyle, where you're going to be living, what's going to work for you, the area, the city, that sort of thing. And then you need to start researching schools. So, the Calgary Board of Education, for example, has a great website, and I'm going to post that in the description of this video so that you can go and check that out and explore the schools within the city or the areas that you're looking in. They service children from grades kindergarten to grade 12. Another one is the Calgary Catholic School District, guys, pardon me as I read that. Now, this is where my children attend, the Calgary Catholic School District. But again, they got a great website. I will include that in the description in this video so that you can check that out as well. But some of you may be considering a charter school. So charter schools are a little bit different. They're going to cost you a little bit of money for tuition, that sort of thing. Charter schools adhere to the Ministry of Education curriculum, but each school has a unique focus on a particular learning style, teaching style, approach, or philosophy. So some charter schools offer traditional learning, girls-only programs, science and technology, and gifted education programs. And for that, you can search charter schools online, so Calgary Charter Schools online, and I recommend you check out their philosophy, see what they're teaching, see if one works for you, and most importantly, you want to make sure that it's one that you and your children can get to, and at the same time, it's one that you can afford as well. So number 4 on my list here, and my final point, is healthcare. Okay, guys, this is very important because you never know when you're going to need a physician or if you need a doctor, that sort of thing. So you need to get this lined up right away. Now, in most cases, healthcare in Alberta is free. However, some services do require a small fee, and they are specified under the guide. But you do need an Alberta healthcare card, and you can apply for that. You don't need to do that necessarily before you make your move, but certainly shortly after you need to get that in line. So to get your Alberta health card, what it does is it helps give you coverage under the Alberta Healthcare Insurance Plan. Now, this applies to new, returning, and temporary residents, and you must apply within 3 months of your arrival in Alberta. Now, guys, don't worry, I'm going to include the link in the description of this video as well, so you can go and check that out and see what that's all about. So like I said earlier, if you are considering a move to the city of Calgary or one of the bedroom communities such as Chestermere, Airdrie, Okotoks, or Cochrane, please feel free to reach out to me. Send me a text, an email, a phone call, whatever. My information is below. I will absolutely get back to you so you can start living your life in Calgary, Alberta.